Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hello, hello. How are you guys today?
Good to see you.
Hello, I'm
Hi,
doing good.
Miss. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Hello, hello. All right, guys. So we're going to start right away. We're going to start our final speaking exam for level B2.5. So let's remember the groups for our debate. We're going to start with the debate around 1 hour. So at 9 p.m., we will start with the questions. The questions will be done individually, all right? So listen, I will give you the instruction now for everything, either the debate or the individual part, okay? So for the debate, we send you a time. So we know that the first round, so the opening statements will be 12 minutes in total. So 2 minutes per student. We will have 6 students participate in the first round. You can do it voluntarily, or if you are organized already, then you can do it in your organization. So make sure that everyone can participate in the debate. In round 2, it will be 20 minutes. So we will have first group A. It will be 10 minutes for group A, and then 10 minutes for group B. Okay, so 10 minutes, 20 minutes in total for the second round. The third round will be, again, 10 minutes. So this one is much shorter. It's just to rebut or cross-examine or counter-argument the previous information. In here, we will only have 2 students from each group. And finally, to close off, we will have 10 minutes in total. Again, 2 students per group to give us the conclusion and the closing arguments, okay? So we will have maximum of 1 hour for the debate. So please turn on your cameras, everyone. Then after the debate, we will have individual questions. So for the individual questions, what we're going to do is everyone will stay in the meeting, but you will disconnect the sound, okay? So you know in the microphone you have the option of disconnect. It says dejar el audio de la computadora. Entonces, en la parte de speaking de las preguntas, todos nos quedaremos en la sala para evitar el estar cambiando de salas. Si vamos a un breakout room, eso nos consumirá mucho tiempo. Entonces, como las preguntas serán individuales, lo que vamos a hacer es, todos van a estar pendientes de la sala, del chat. Yo les avisaré por el chat quién sigue en las preguntas. Entonces, todos tienen el sonido de desconectado, dejan en la opción del micrófono que dice dejar el audio de la computadora, todos desconectamos el sonido hasta que sea nuestro turno. Entonces, iremos por orden de lista y no se van a desconectar los chicos, van a estar en la sala hasta que sea su turno. Ya cuando pase su turno, entonces sí se pueden desconectar y terminan el examen de speaking, ¿ok? Entonces, eso será ya para la segunda hora de clase. Vamos a estar todos en la sala, pero con el sonido desconectado y lo vamos reactivando, conectando a medida que yo les vaya informando por el chat quién es el siguiente, ¿ok? Entonces debemos estar muy pendientes porque el tiempo es bastante reducido. Tendremos alrededor de 3, máximo 4 minutos por estudiante para esta segunda parte de preguntas, ¿ok? ¿Alguna duda, questions, preguntas? Okay, everyone, turn on your cameras, please. And we will start the debate. Thank you. Okay, so I will give you the time is starting now. We will have 12 minutes. I will stop you at the 12 minutes. And then we will start with the second round, okay? So round one, we will start with students from group A, and then we will have students from group B, okay? Los tres estudiantes del grupo A y después los tres estudiantes del grupo B, okay? Ready, guys? Okay, you can start. Okay, Karen, you can start.
Teacher. Good night, good night, everyone. Today we are here to discuss an important issue that affects so many families. And the issue is, should social media use be restricted for teenagers under 16? So I think there are good arguments in both sides. But in my personal opinion, social media can expose teens to inappropriate content and cyberbullying. It can also addictive, taking time away from important activities like work, like schoolwork, sports, and face-to-face interactions. Some people think that limiting social media use could help protect teens during these formative years. Um, on the other hand, social media is part of the world. Teens are growing up with guidance from parents. It can be used positively for teens, like connecting with friends and family, self self expression, and accessing educational content. There are reasonable perspectives on both sides of these issues.
Thank you for the introduction, Karen. I agree this is an important issue as social media takes up and more young people time and focus. There are growing concerns about its impact. In my view, teens under 16 are not yet mature enough to use social media responsibly without restriction. The adolescent brain is still developing and the ability to think through consequences. Unrestricted access to social media at this vulnerable age can normalize harmful behaviors like cyberbullying, preoccupation with image and status, and lack of empathy. Studies show excessive social media used by teens is associated with higher rates of anxiety, depression, sleep problems, and reduced academic performance. While social media has some benefits, it's often ends as displacing real-life relationships and activities that are important for their development. That is why I believe we need sensibly restriction on social media for this age group, just as we restrict driving, alcohol, and other activities until the teenage brain develops further maturity and self-regulation abilities.
I appreciate the consideration of my classmates to this issue. I want to talk more about the risks that the children and teens face when using social media. According to Pew Research, TikTok had established itself as one of the top online platforms for US teens, while the share of teens who use Facebook has fallen sharply. Also, we can see that new social media had been created since 2015 until today, like TikTok, Tumblr, Reddit, Twitch. In consonance With the statistics, we could deduce that cyberbullying is a serious issue nowadays. Cyberbullying refers to the use of technology to threaten, embarrass, or target another person, and it has become increasingly common, especially among teenagers. Uh, Cyberbullying can lead to negative effects towards teenagers like depression, anger issues, low self-esteem, and suicide. Cyberbullying has been exhibited by many young celebrities like Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, Elliot Page, Taylor Swift, etc., who had suffered it through the years. Actually, they had closed their social media accounts at least once due to the harassment they have received. Now we could listen to next group B.
Marlon, going to start speaking. Marlon?
Can you hear me?
Yes, classmate.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. So, in 2018, Pew Research survey said that teens were split on whether social media had a mostly positive or more negative effect on their lives. The noted positive elements included social media's roles in connecting them with friends, uh, so more negative effect in their lives. The not positive elements include social media's role in connecting them with friends and family, easy access to news and information, and meeting others with similar interests. The noted negative effects include bullying, lack of in-person contact, and unrealistic views of other lives. So billions of people around the world use social media to share information and make connections. On a personal level, media allows you to communicate with friends or family, learn new things, develop your interests, and internet. John Russell once said, social media presents a huge opportunity for schools, universities, and other educational organizations to reach out and connect with students and prospective students. With no doubt, social media has influenced the way students are educated today. But the debate today is what is the appropriate age for teenagers to use social networks? The minimal age to open an account on almost all social medias, as like Facebook, TikTok, and another one is 13 years old. Despite this requirement shown in the term of use, a study conducted in the United Kingdom often finds that almost 80% of 12-year-old children have social media accounts. However, we should be the prepared for a teenagers to use social networks. He will give the arguments against teenagers using social networks. And okay, please.
Yes, Marlon. Yes, this is the question. Should social media be restricted for teenagers under the age of 16? Whether or not the use of social media should be restricted for teenagers under the age of 16 is a complex question with no easy answer. There are both potential benefits and risks associated with social media use for teenagers, and the best approach may be depending on the individual child and their family circumstance. Mm, some parents may feel comfortable allowing their 14-year-old child to use social media, while others uh, may prefer uh, may prefer to wait until their child is 16 or older. It's important for parents to make the decision that is the best for their own child and family. Okay.
Right, we can finish the
With Vanessa.
starting. We can finish there the first part. We finish the opening the statements. Okay. So guys, be attentive to the chat. I won't interrupt when you are speaking or during the round. Okay. So if the next group should continue, then I will let you know through the chat. At the beginning group, we lost 2 minutes. You were in silence for 2 minutes. So that's why you didn't have enough time for the other student to present the opening statement, okay? So now we continue with the second round. Remember, it will be 20 minutes. So I will let you know when the 10 minutes for the first group finish, and then the next group can continue with their 10 minutes. In this case, we will listen to 3 students from each group, okay? So we start again with group A. Your 20 minutes start now.
Teacher, who started group A? Yes.
Sorry. Teacher, can you hear me properly?
Yes, I can.
Okay, well, I'll start. Well, the first question I have for the group B is, let me know, what do you think? If a young man who applies for the start his military training in his military service is given at the first date a gun, a rifle, with no knowledge about it, how to use it? But the answer is no, obviously. He have to go through a training, through a instruction during weeks, months of training to learn how to use it. Now, if we only not restrict the use of the social media and different apps of the cell phones and all the technology to our teenagers, they will be easily in dangerous. Why? Because it's a tool, it's a tool to communications and in education in some cases, but at the same time, it's a very dangerous tool that could be used as a gun, as a gun to influence in the people, in the young people, to push them to make challenges or other things. So I think we think that the correct and properly way to introduce to the teenagers is giving a guide of the step by step how they should use it. What are the pros and the negative sides of this world, of the world of the social media. Apart of that, we have to determine what are those steps. And I think this starts, well, there are different investigations who have proven that the correct or the properly age for a teenager to start to use it, not just the social media, cell phone, the principal key or door to go inside this world are the 14 years old, 2 years before the age that we are debate to date, 2 years in which they have to take that instruction since from part of their parents and their educators, the professors, or include instead from the social media too. They can learn from it how to use it properly. Yes, that's it for the moment.
Sure. As you say, we must teach all the teenager, or not only the teenager, child too, but we must teach them because you are talking about the risks that young people have, but it's more worried that adults use tools to do bad things to them, to young people, to child, is really weird. So do you think it would be better to regular or control the use of social network than restrict them? So if us restrict them, you will be this misinformed, and maybe, I don't know, all the young people can be in risk because you are say, oh, all people use this tool for damage teenagers or child. For more, I believe that the use of social networks can be used regardless of age. Don't you think it better to teach them how to use them and be responsible with the things that they publish than to make them enemies or technology? What do you think, Group A? Is better how to then teach how to be responsible, or make them enemies of technology?
Well, that was I just said, but in other words, yes, I say that we have to instruct them step by step, from the proper way to introduce them in them. Not exactly make them enemies from technology, because that would be, or that means just take of them, or make them less lost the opportunity of what get a potential thought in our world nowadays.
Well,
Right?
according to that, I think it's important to make a difference here. A gun is something different than a social network. So maybe what we are discussing here is trying to about prohibition under 16 for 16-year-olds. So I think it would be better if we work on training and instruction for those kids when they're younger, maybe from 10, 11-year-old kids, in order to understand how they work. Maybe not when they are already adults, or maybe after 18 or 20. Because at the end of the day, we live in a global world, and we need social networks for work, for connecting, for different aspects in our lives.
So prohibition at that age, I think, or before that age, that could be, it doesn't have any sense for us. And maybe a good regulation and education about it would be a better way.
Okay, our instance supporting the prohibition of the social media use for teenagers under 16 can be summed up in two keywords: protection and preparation. Firstly, the measure aims to protect the mental well-being of our young ones. Social media without restrictions has been shown to have a negative impact on their emotional health. Um, the ban until the age of 16, or a proactive step to safeguard their mental health. And secondly, I think we are committed to preparing our teenagers for a digital future, limiting access to these platforms, encourage to develop of real world social skills, and redirects their focus towards education and personal growth. In summary, this prohibition balances the protection of our teenagers and their preparation for a safer and healthier digital world. It's a necessary and responsible measure to ensure their long-term well-being.
Right, 5 more minutes.
Okay, I agree with you, Diego, in fact that we will prepare the teenagers about the technology, but it's different social media because in social media teenagers from different issues, and teenagers don't prepare, in my opinion, don't prepare about these issues that have social medias, for example, cyberbullying, trafficking, pornography. It's very difficult because in social media parents don't have how control these issues. So I agree with you in the fact previous, but uh, I think that the teenagers don't prepare about the use of media networks.
Answering to Catherine's question, I think teaching them is fine, but doesn't prevent them exposing themselves to dangerous people, and it doesn't prevent them from encountering inappropriate content. So I think many of us uh, has seen things that we shouldn't have seen on social networks without even looking for it. So while social media offers numerous advantages, it's essential to recognize the potential risks, and especially for teenagers under the age of 16. So restricting social media access for this age group can protect their mental and emotional well-being.
So if you talk about mental health in social media, you need to be informed, because if you speak about talking speaking skills, you need to know, for many people who are shy, it is an important use to communicate. when they are not so bold to speak, yeah, because this person needs a tools for communicate, right? All the people is not extroverted or speaking well, so need this type of tools or social networks to express. And a positive effect will be that due to social media, we can communicate with friends, family from all over the world. So if you need talk about that, social media has changed the world in many ways. In effect, each individual is different ways. Today, it can be used as a very helpful tool in changing a personal life.
All right, good, excellent. Okay, guys, we're going to stop there for the second round. The introducing the first arguments. Now, what we're going to hear is maybe some further arguments, some examples, or counter argument to the points that your classmates did before. Okay, so of course I will need to hear Manuela, Natalia, Vanessa, Maria Alejandra, Jessica. Okay, we will have 10 minutes. You start only, preferably 2 students from each group. Okay, 10 minutes.
Okay, teacher. So, as my partners mentioned, we need to have a control about the social media. We know that the social networks are all around of us, and it's difficult to avoid them. So, in my opinion, I think that parents need to involve in the education that we have to the kids. For example, it's important to have conversations with our children and explain that and have an open and honest conversation with them about use in a right way, taking account that will all of them have risks in that use. And for example, in that conversations can include topics like that social media is not a real life, that the number of likes that you get not be more or less special than the others. It's important that they notice that in the social media, we will find a lot of misinformation and disinformation or everywhere. And that another thing that I think that is important, that always is better engage real conversations. And also it's important to set limits of time, because as I mentioned, it's difficult to avoid the use of social media in this moment, but parents can be, for example, taking account limits to 30 minutes per day. It's a small amount of time, especially for teens, but research says that a reflection of social media's inherent dangers of adolescents who aren't ready for them. So it's not to above them, but allows use a lot in a responsibility way. And we know that many phones and apps allow to set screen time limits. And for another important thing is manage the privacy settings in order to limit which type of content the kids can use. And also it's important to check, I don't know, with which frequency, but it's important to track who they are following or having conversations with. And in my opinion, we need to use the social media with responsibility, and also always set time limits and try to track the behavior of our child. Sometimes they can have another unusual behaviors, and in that moment is that the parents should start to looking for to figure out why they are having that behaviors, and if it's related to the use of the social media, and start to take action in that.
Okay, what Santiago said about teacher and parent being aware is correct. The idea is to have a balance between appropriate use, but not to the point of prohibition. We also see the possibility of each young person adquiring responsibility. Regarding another argument, I understand the concern about the potential impact on mental health, but I think that a blanket ban might not be the best solution. Instead, we should focus on promoting responsible and conscious use of social media. It is important to educate people, especially young users, on how to use this platform in a way that minimizes negative effect, emphasize mental well-being.
Okay, I want to have a counter-argument for the Marlon's point. It's for the topic that they said for the education. While the education of parents is valuable, it is not a comprehensive solution, because the social media campaigns must also take responsibility for the content and interactions on their platforms to protect the young users or more effectively. So relying solely on parental education may not address the systemic issues associated with the social media. And he said another point, that is blaming young people for not knowing how to use social media networks adequately overlooks the fact that these platforms are designed to be addictive and often lack transparency about their data practices. So it's essential to address the design and business practices of social media companies to exploit user engagement. And one more, for the opponents argue that the social media is an integral part of today's world, and banning it for teenagers could lead to isolation. However, this overlooks the fact that there are alternatives for socializing, such as extracurricular activities, how like sports and in-person social events. By limiting access to social media, we are promoting a healthier and more balanced socialization. So that's all.
I think only Vanessa from Group B spoke, so we have one more for Group B.
Jessica's the next teacher.
Okay, on many occasions, social medias are used for entertainment and expression. Social medias allow for more interaction and teach about various of topics, including healthy behaviors. Do you think it's better to educate parents so that they can also teach their children to be responsible with their networks? Or many times we able young people for being disorganized or for not working, no knowing how to use the networks. But it's true that as adults, we don't teach them.
All right. Good, guys. So that was the end of our, this is 1, 2, 3, third round. So with the next 10 minutes, we will finish. I would like to hear any other thoughts or conclusions that you get or closing statements for your part of the debate, right? So again, it's 2 students from each group. All right, go ahead. 10 minutes start now.
And for the moment, I think that it's necessary that the parents or guardians of the teenagers take action to prevent these negative effects like cyberbullying, problems with the autoesteem, uh, self-esteem, and it's necessary create or some guidelines for healthy media use that could include shake the teenagers in social media. Don't let the teenagers use social media while doing homework. Create a plan media free times between parents and teenagers, and decide what is the social media free zones in the house, not all house.
So I can say to keep in mind, we will go back in time if we don't not advance in the proper use of social network, just because as adults we fail to keep children safe from this. So all education begins at home. If we fail to organize and teach young people the proper use of network today, what can we expect in the future where there will certainly be more digital platforms?
Maria, continue.
In conclusion, the debate about prohibiting young people under the age of 16 from using social media is complex. Instead of outright ban, prioritizing education on responsible use and promoting all supervision in guidance is essential. Social media offer education and development opportunities, but also carries risks. So balancing access with safety and protection is crucial to allow young people to benefit from this platform while minimizing potential dangers.
Okay. So in conclusion, putting limits on social media, especially for young people, is a good idea. This restriction can help protect them for things like bullying, seeing inappropriate stuff, and spending too much time online. And to sum up, supporting the idea of limiting social media is about keeping our kids safe. It doesn't mean we don't like technology, it's just making sure they use it safely and find a balance between screen time and other activities for our children. So in short, it is smart to have rules for social media in today's digital world, especially for teenagers, as these rules can help them have a healthier life online and offline too. So additionally, agreeing with social media restriction in a practical way to look out for our young generation by setting guidelines or to prevent them from spending too much time online and facing online dangers. So this is all of our conclusions.
Okay, to add for our group. Through this debate, we've explored various aspects of where social media should be restricted for teenagers under 16, weighing both the advantage and disadvantage. Now, as we conclude, I would like to summarize our key points and reiterate our instance of this issue. First, it's essential to recognize that the question of restricting social media for teenagers is no straightforward one. We acknowledge that social media can have both positive and negative impacts on young individuals. On one hand, it can offer opportunities for self-expression, connection, and access to educational content. On the other hand, it poses concerns related to cyberbullying, mental health, and academic performance. My classmates have emphasized the need for responsibility and guide use of social media, especially considering the vulnerability of teenagers and the adolescents' brain is still developing, making them more susceptible to negative effects of unrestricted social media. And in conclusion, as my partners mentioned, it's important to find a balance between the use of the social media carefully between protecting teenagers from potential harm and allowing them the opportunities and freedoms that the digital world offers.
Sure. As you has mentioned, intelligence lies in teaching teenagers to be responsible at teaching them how to use the networks and not be absolutely prohibition. Otherwise, we will be going back in time. Thanks.
Right? Anything else that I would like to add? For example, Jorge or Mandy, Jessica. Okay.
In conclusion, there are reasonable arguments on both sides of this issue. We're in favor of restricting social media access for teens under 16 and make some valid points about protecting them from the potential harms during their formative development years. However, there is reasonable counterarguments can also be made about the benefits of social media and the importance of learning to use technology responsibly from an early age. And that's all, teacher.
For me, in conclusion, it is clear that education young people rather than imposing bans in a more effective approach. This education equip them with the skill knowledge necessary to navigate the outside world successfully. By fostering responsibly and informed use of resources, including social media, we empower the younger generation to make informed decisions in meaningful interaction and contribute positively to society.
All right, society, very good. All right, guys.
Teacher.
Okay, go ahead.
Teacher, for me, in conclusion, the social media have a lot of benefits. Teacher, is more benefits that risks. For example, can help teenagers stay connected with friends and family, especially those who live far away. Social media can provide a platform for teenagers to express themselves creatively and share their interests with others. Maybe can help teenagers learn about current events and social issues. Social media can be a valuable educational resource. Teacher, is my conclusion.
All right, good. All right, guys, excellent. Thank you everyone for participating. So just small, okay, got it, no problem. Some small feedback. I really enjoyed all of your points, your statements. Of course, I saw some more participative than others. I understand maybe the personality can influence this. So if you are more outgoing or more shy, but it's important that you remember, even if you feel shy, this is the final grade for the speaking. So there were some students that wanted to hear more, but I didn't, right? So take that into account in your grades. You will see that reflected there, okay? Well, guys, now I'm going to, as I told you, we're going to have the questions. So you can turn off your cameras and be attentive to the chat, okay? Vamos a estar comunicándonos por el chat. Entonces empezaré por lista. Ustedes, por favor, desconecten el audio y a través del chat les diré quién empieza con el speaking. Esa persona activará su cámara, ¿ok? Entonces pueden desactivar el audio. Okay. Please, Jessica, Manuela, Kiara, Natalia, everyone, deactivate your sound.
Activate the sound, teacher, or disconnect.
Lo desconectan. Dejar el audio de la
Okay.
computadora, ¿ok?
Ready, teacher.
Karen, turn on your camera, please, ¿ok? Right. Jessica, desconecta el audio, por favor, y la cámara. Santiago también. Diego, por favor. Solo Karen. Okay. Okay, Karen. So let me put the time here. All right, Karen. So how are you today? How was your day today?
It was a difficult day to me because I had to study since the 8, 8, 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. And these hours are continued, so I didn't take a rest.
Okay, I understand. So it's a very, very busy day.
Yes.
All right, Karen. So the first question for you is, the first is about free time. So when you have free time, do you prefer to spend it alone, so on your own, or do you prefer to spend it with other people? And why?
It depends. Sometimes I like to be alone in my room, but sometimes like the Sundays, I like to be with my friend watching movies or something similar. But for example, in this moment, I prefer be alone.
Okay, very good. All right. So now let me show you here. All right, can you see the screen there?
Yes, teacher.
All right, so we have a list of activities, different activities. I want you to answer the question. So why might be important to concentrate during these activities while you are doing these things? You can choose maybe 2 things to talk about. Why is it important to concentrate while you are doing them?
Difficult subject. For example, when I studying a difficult subject, I think it's very important be in a quiet place and be in a quiet place without any noise, because this is a distraction and I cannot concentrate. And the next is watching a film. I think it is more comfortable to concentrate. To watch a movie is like in a dark place without a light, for example, and the cinema, and that is more easy to concentrate in the film.
All right, thank you, Karen. Very good. So that is it. This part is very, very short because we still have a lot of students to cover. But thank you very much, Karen. I will see you next week. You can disconnect.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Teacher,
Bye-bye. Yes, Mandy?
teacher, excuse me.
Yes.
Teacher, if it's possible to present my speaking because I need to do the first exam.
Okay, sure, no problem. Yes. Por favor, Kiara, Santiago, Jessica y María, desconectan el micrófono, por favor.
Teacher, but my microphone is turned off.
No, debes darle en el micrófono configuración de, si están desde un computador lo ven mucho más fácil, no sé, del celular. Dice, en el micrófono la flechita hacia arriba dice dejar el audio de la computadora. Jessica y Kiara todavía me aparece. Okay, Mandy. Let's start your time.
Okay,
Right,
teacher.
Mandy. Good. So your question, we'll start here. So let's talk about media, right? So I would like to know what kind of television programs do you like the most and why? Why do you like them?
Teacher, I don't watch television programs. Maybe I like series or I like movies. I like to watch
Okay,
Netflix.
series are TV programs. That is what I
Okay,
mean with series are TV programs, yes.
okay. The programs, okay. Maybe I think only Caracol or RCN programs. No. Okay, teacher. I like yes, I like TV programs like Game of Thrones. I like Vampire Diaries. And maybe another one, action programs or maybe fiction programs. I prefer.
Okay, why do you like these type of programs?
Teacher, I like the fantasy. I like to imagine that another world is possible or the people can be impossible, can be doing impossible things like superheroes. I really like Marvel movies and DC movies and series.
All right, good. Thank you. Now I'm going to show you here some pictures. You can see them? Yes? You can see the pictures?
Yes, I am
right.
doing soon out to see.
Okay, so the question is, why have people chosen to shop in these places?
Teacher, I think these people is finding technology gadgets. For example, maybe an iPhone 15 is the last cell phone. I see another picture.
Mhm.
Yes, teacher, maybe, okay, this is another place. Maybe these girls are buying Hegwerly.
Yes. Mhm.
Yes, teacher.
But why? Why are they buying these things there in that place?
Okay, teacher. I think this is a public place.
Mhm.
In this place, people put ventas callejeras.
Mhm.
Put this kind of shots, ambulance shots, maybe, and they sell cheaper than
Mhm.
another places.
Yeah,
Maybe
probably.
than a shop. Yes, it's probably
All
the
right.
people go sit, eat interesting, and maybe go to find or buying these kind of things, teacher.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, Mandy, thank you very much. That is all for you today. We'll see you next week. All right.
Okay. Teacher, I can to disconnect and
Yes.
I going
Mm-hmm.
to
No,
talk what.
no problem. You can disconnect.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, teacher, I going to do that sign. Oh,
All
teacher.
right.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
teacher. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Ujú. Yo saqué a Kiara porque tenía el micrófono activado. Por eso es que está en la sala, en la sala de espera. Esa es la razón. Mm, ujú.
Hi, teacher.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. Okay, let's start, Santiago.
Okay.
Okay, Santiago. So let's talk about your job. Can you tell me what are you doing at the moment? Are you working? Are you studying? Tell me about your job at the moment.
Yes, teacher. Well, recently I changed of work. I was working in a events company named Jesus Christ, I forgot the name. 12, no, 12, no. Technovis was the name.
Mhm.
Now, fortunately for me, I got a job in Axiro. So
Okay.
since one month ago, what I got the interview, I was accepted, and since
Mhm.
then, what I was being an agent in that call center.
Okay.
And
And
yes,
what campaign are you on?
I'm on Altis retention in
Um,
Zona Franca.
okay, I understand. I know about wireless and DirecTV and Target. I know some people that used to work in Axito, so that's why I know about the campaigns
Depends.
that they
No,
have.
this is what I have heard from my colleagues is that this is a new campaign.
Mm,
That's only no more than 7 months, so it's a
mm,
new one.
okay, it's new. Can you tell me what have you liked and disliked from the job?
And Well, when I start, I loved everything.
Mhm.
And the schedule was perfect for me because, well, I could continue assisted at the classes and finish this course. And what the payment is, so it's doesn't compare in comparison with the another jobs in other call centers of in the last company that I was working, because it's practically double two times. So it's
Okay,
perfect for
good.
me. What I don't like, well, not exactly for the company. It's that, well, the laboral environment with some of my colleagues is not the better. Just that.
Okay, I understand. Okay, no problem. All right, thank you, Santiago. Now, one more question, and I will show you here quickly. All right, so let's see the chart. What skill do people need to do this job? So you can choose two of the jobs and tell me some of the skills that they might need.
Just of two of them? Okay.
Yes, only two.
Okay. Session recruit, guide, armed worker, which lifeguard. Well, in the first one, conversation worker, as the name says, it first
It
one.
says conservation, not conversation.
Conversation, sorry. I'm so sorry. Conservation worker. Oh, well, I don't know what is that.
So choose another one.
Yes. Well, in the case of mountain guide, well, I work as a tour guide, practically a mountain guide during 4 years for this. So the first thing, you have to be willing to get dirty, all your body. Yes. And to sweat, to get sweat. And, well, you have to be in a properly shape of your body, and health. It's very important because, well, if you, for example, if you don't have a good cardiovascular shape,
Health.
health, you will not be able to make long walks with the people. And for
Alright.
that, you have to, it's, okay.
Yeah, that's enough. Sorry. Yeah, so that's
And
all
on
the
the
time we have.
second one,
Thank you.
okay, sure.
That's good. I'm sorry. Only
No,
for
no worries, teacher.
each student. Thank you, Santiago. You can disconnect. I will see you next week. All right?
See you, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Kiara. We can.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. All right. Please turn on your camera.
Teacher, you can see me?
No. Well, it's okay. If you don't have it now, no problem.
In this blog, my camera is falling sometimes.
No problem. Yes. So don't worry. I will ask you the questions and that's it, because we don't have much time. All right. So let's see. 4 minutes. Okay, Kiara. So can you tell me a little bit about how do you see your job in the future? So what would you like to be doing in the future for your career?
Okay. I will like work in help in the work. Is a little emphasize of the physical therapy. I'm planning to study magister. In this case is only physical therapies, but is on employers in an enterprise.
Okay, I understand. All right, Kiara. Let's see another question. So this is about what activities do you usually do in your free time?
In the last days don't I don't have free time because I had two pets very ill. Actually, my my older dog died yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Then in the free time, we go to the vet or buy some drugs for hair or many medical process for here.
I understand. So it hasn't been a very good week for you. I'm sorry to hear that it has been very busy for you
Yes.
this week. All right, so let me show you here. I'm going to ask you another question here. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's see. Can you see both pictures?
Yes.
So how do you imagine these people will remember these occasions in the future?
The first reason is because it's a important day for them. The first picture is a wedding, and the second is a birthday. In the first picture, maybe they will remember because they start a new life and maybe create a new family. And in the second picture is a girl, maybe they is a teenager, and she remember and she will remember this date because is the case that she want she did she wanted it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, that's enough, Kiara. Thank you very much. All right. I'll
Bye,
see
teacher.
you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, Jorge.
Okay, teacher.
Ready? Okay. So let's start with your questions very quickly. All right, Jorge. So I will ask you first about your free time activities. So, tell me, do you prefer to spend time alone on your own or with other people in your free time? And why?
It depends. Usually, I prefer spend my time alone because I need to learn and I need to be focused in the thing what I doing in that moment. And for this reason, I prefer to be alone. But in other occasion, I would like to spend time with friends because I can enjoy the time with them.
Okay, good. So now we'll have another question that is more related to media. So, tell me, what kind of TV programs do you like to watch, or movies? What kind of TV programs or movies do you like to watch?
Well, teacher, I like to watch TV shows like Succession, Suits, Breaking Bad. I like the TV shows a lot. I don't like movies except movies of Marvel, and I enjoy watching TV shows because I can learn English at the same time I was learning about the grammar because I always use subtitles in English
All
when
right.
watching a movie.
I see. Did you watch Succession with English and subtitles or in Spanish?
English with subtitle in English.
It's
but
difficult.
it's difficult to understand some words.
Yes, yes.
The narrative is very complex.
They talk about some things that are technical about the TVs or the channels, so it's quite complicated, I would say.
Yes.
All right. Okay, now to finish, can you look at this chart and let's answer this question. How easy might it be to interest teenagers in these topics? You can choose two of the topics and tell me how easy or difficult is to interest teenagers to these topics.
I choose recycling glass, paper, and plastic, and saving water and electricity. I think it's very easy because the people in general these days are very interested in the environment. I think they can learn about recycling glass, paper, and plastic from documentals or playing on a website a game related with this topic. Also, we can teach the people how to save water and electricity using alternatives like solar panels and other ways to
all right, sorry.
develop strategies.
That's all. Yes, that's all the time we have. I'm sorry I have to cut you off because we still have some students left, okay? But that it's okay, and that is enough for today. Thank you, Jorge.
Teacher, for all.
We'll see you next week, all right?
Okay, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you. You are an excellent teacher.
Thanks.
Good night, teacher.
Bye-bye. Natalia, ready? All right. Next. Okay, Natalia, let's start. So, Natalia, can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing currently? So, are you working as long as you are studying? What is your job like? Your microphone is off.
About my currently work.
Yes.
I am working as an electrical engineer. I work in the monitoring of plants of oil and gas sector, in the oil and gas sector. I finished my career 2 years ago, and since I finished, I start to work on the industry. I work from Monday to Friday, and I take my breaks I have to take off on the weekend.
Okay,
Now,
what do you like about your job and something that you dislike about it?
okay, something that I really like is that in my job I am introduced to the English, so I can practice every day my speaking and my listening. All the time I have to speak in English, so that's something that I really like. And another thing is I am near to my family. That is an advantage. And finally, I'm living in Bucaramanga, and live in Bucaramanga is really good.
Okay. And some dislikes?
Some dislikes. Sometimes I have to do the same all the days, and I don't have any new to do. That's something that makes me feel stressed, and I don't like. That's the thing that I really dislike.
You really dislike. All right. Thank you, Natalia. So another question is about um, entertainment. So can you tell me what kind of music do you like and why do you enjoy this music?
Okay, I like all the music, but I prefer the rock. I love the Latino American rock. I enjoy a lot that music, but it's the music that I choose when I say I really want to hear music. But for example, when when I do exercise, I usually hear a reggaeton. And for the parties, I don't care about the music. I like all the music, but always the Latin American rock.
All right, I understand. Okay, and the last question, Natalia, is what do you do on your free time? What do you usually do on your free time?
Okay, usually in my free time, I do exercise. I ride bike. I meet with my best friend that is my also my partner, and we are working in our own company. So usually I meet with her. I go out to have a dinner with friends, and also I spend a little time with my family.
All right, good. Thank you, Natalia. That is all for today. I'll see you next week. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you. All right, Diego. Hello.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, hello. All right, Diego. Let's start with your questions. Okay, so I'll show you here. All right, now let's go with some pictures. Okay, so tell me, Diego, according to the pictures, how much are these children enjoying this experience? The first and the second.
For the first picture, the child could enjoying a lot because she was learning a new sport. The man would be his her father, or maybe her instructor, her professor. Um, if if he if the guy is the parent of the child, uh, she would enjoying it a lot because she was learning from his parent figure. And in the
And the
second
other? Yeah,
in the
sorry.
second picture, um the teenagers used enjoying it because ah used to be enjoying in this activity, in this sport. Is like I'm not sure the name of this.
Skateboarding.
Skateboarding. Okay. The teenagers, especially in my time, the teenagers used to be enjoying it more.
In my time sounds like you are like 60 years old. In my time.
Yes, teacher, especially in the 90s
Okay.
and the
2000,
2021.
yes.
Yes, in 2000.
They enjoy this more than
Yes,
now.
teacher.
Okay.
Yes, now the childrens usually are in their cell phones.
This is true. All right, Sergio. Sorry, Diego. I have so many things in my head. Sorry. All right. Now, can you tell me about your free time activities? So, when you have free time, do you prefer to spend it alone or with
Sorry.
some friends? Can you hear me? It's my fan because it's very hot. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, hello? Diego? Oh,
Teacher?
hello. Yes, I can hear
Okay.
you. All right. Can you tell me about your free time activities? So, do you prefer to spend time alone or with
Teacher?
Sorry, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
It
I
was
can
my
hear you
it
now.
was my internet. It was
Okay,
my internet.
I was worried.
No, it's my internet. All right, Diego, that is all. I don't think we have much time left, but that was enough, okay? So no worries. Good job.
Okay, teacher.
All right, I'll see you next week. Do not worry.
Okay, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Okay. All right, next.
Hello, teacher.
Okay, Manuela. Good. Thank you. All right, Manuela. Let's go ahead. Okay, Manuela, can you tell me about the type of TV shows or movies that you prefer to watch and why do you enjoy them?
Okay, teacher. Mm, I really enjoy the natural TV shows. Maybe in Disney, I have a category, a special category called Nat Geo that is in TV, but I don't have TV. I just have my computer, and I have the Disney account, so I always go to see National Geographic, and I really enjoy because I love the nature and I love the animals, and I found that so interesting and so amazing for me.
All
That's it.
right, good, excellent. Now, Manuela, I'll show you some things here. All right, so here, let's see this chart. Why might it be important to concentrate when doing these activities? You can choose two activities and tell me why is important to concentrate when you are doing these activities.
Okay, teacher is studying a difficult subject, watching a film, playing a team sport, or playing a computer game. So I choose playing a computer game and playing a team sport. So these two things have one common thing, that is you need to be ready for a little seconds, because if you don't be ready, you can lose the points in a real sport or in a or maybe playing a computer game like a football or basketball or something like that. You need to be ready all the time, for all the minutes, all the seconds. You need to pay attention or be very concentrate. So
All right. Okay, very good. I think that's all, Manuela. Thank you. Very short. I still have some
okay,
students left, so that's all. Thank you. I will see you
thank you.
next week. Bye-bye.
Okay, teacher. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Bye-bye. Next is Jessica.
Yes, teacher.
All right. Okay, Jessica, let's start. Jessica, can you tell me about the type of television shows or movies that you watch and why do you like to watch them?
Okay, I don't watch television. Oh, no, really. the last week I see the Breaking Bad. I find this and I really I think that is the best series that I see. I really like this series.
And why do you like it?
Because Walter White, I don't know. I like who Walter the drama is really interesting. Is the all I don't know.
All right. Okay, another question, Jessica. So, can you tell me about if you prefer to be alone or with company, with friends during your free time?
I really like be alone. I don't like with other people.
Why?
Because I feel that the other people don't the truth don't want do what that I can do. Maybe how the I don't know who say bordar, embroidery.
Okay, embroid, yes, embroid.
For my friends, I don't like this, and I really like this activity.
Okay, I understand. Okay, Jessica, thank you. That is all for today. Very good. See you next week. Bye-bye, Jessica. All right, next is Catherine. Hello, Catherine. Hello.
Hi, Miss.
All right. Oh, we only have 3 minutes, so let's go very fast. Catherine, can you tell me about what do you do for a job? Can you explain and what you like about it and what you don't like about it?
Okay. Well, I am a psychologist, so I am a family and couple therapist and also an individual therapist. So I provide tools so people can use for have skills in their house like resolution skill, communication, and it's all.
All right. Okay, and what do you like about your job and what you don't like?
I like that the customer don't have the reason because it's the only part I say I love that. But sometimes I have a big problem. I need to hear a big problem people says or told me. So it's difficult for me sometimes separate my real life to my professional life.
Yeah, this is quite difficult. All right, Catherine. And another question. So this is more about your free time. I would like to know what type of music do you prefer to listen to, and why do you think you like this movie?
Movie?
Sorry.
Or music?
Music. I am sleepy. Music.
Okay. I really like pop music. All my playlist is pop music. My favorite band is Coldplay. So I don't know. I used to play, I used to listen this music since I was a little child, so a little girl. So I really love music in English. So
All right, very good. Excellent, Catherine. Thank you. That is all. Just 2 questions, and that is it. Thanks.
Good night, Miss.
See you next week. Bye-bye. Marlon. Hello.
Issue here, Marlon.
Okay. Quickly,
So,
we don't have much time. Okay, Marlon. So tell me about your job. I would like to know, what do you do for a job? What do you like about it? And what you don't like about your job?
okay, well, I am a mechanical engineer, so I currently I working for a company that is a consultant, an engineering company. So we develop projects for Ecopetrol for another clients. So we uh, I am a mechanical engineer of the equipment. Yeah. So
I
in my job I work with other engineers, civil engineers, electrician engineers. So we develop projects. We include all specialties. So sometimes I must travel to localization about project. See, for example, Barranca, Cartagena.
Okay.
And I don't like my job. Maybe working with people that don't don't have interest in the job or in this area and energies and oil and gas and have say working and research and doing all things.
All
Yeah.
right.
Also, I don't like, or I don't like, no, it's difficult management people.
All right. Okay. Very good, Marlon. That is all I needed to hear from you. We only
Okay,
have short time, but thank you, Marlon. Okay.
well, teacher.
Good.
Thank
Thank you. All
Thank
right. Now it's good night. Now, Manuel. Okay, Manuel. Okay.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. Yes, I
Can
can
you hear me
hear.
well?
Yes, and I
Okay.
can see you.
Okay.
All right. So the question for you is about your free time. How do you prefer to spend it? If you like to be alone, you prefer to be alone in your free time, or you prefer to spend it with some friends or family, and why?
Well, teacher, I feel comfortable being alone, but when I have free time, I love to spend it with my family, with my girlfriend. I live here in Bucaramanga, so I like to go, for example, to Socorro to visit my parents. So yes, I like being with people and meeting with people.
All right, good. Another question for you would be, um, Okay, how do you see yourself in the future regarding your job? What would you like to do in the future in your career?
Well, teacher, in my near future, I would love to study in a foreign university for developing my career there. And I see myself in maybe 5 years working as an engineer. I am a civil engineer. And so I would like to be a professional engineer in a country like Canada, for example, or the US.
All right, very good. Thank you, Manuel. That is all. It was very easy. Bye-bye. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Okay. See you, teacher. Bye-bye.
Okay, Maria. Hello, Maria. Hello, hello. Maria.
Yeah, hello, teacher.
Okay, okay. All right. So, Maria, just 2 questions for you. Let's see. Tell me, what kind of television programs or movie do you like to watch, and why do you prefer them?
I like to watch fantasy movies, like El Hobbit, The Hobbit, with special effects. And also, I always look programs that have good soundtracks.
For example, which ones?
Which the movie Amelie. That is my favorite movie.
Yes.
Or the soundtrack and the colors and lights in the movie.
All right. All right, good. I will ask you another question. So, Maria, I would like to know about your professional future. So, how do you see yourself in your career or your job in 10 years?
In 10 years, I'll see with a job with the career that I choose.
Okay.
Maybe psychologist with an apartment. With a pet and be more independent.
Okay, I understand. All right, good. Well, Maria, that is all for today. Thank you very much. I will finish today with Vanessa, and that's it. Thank you. See you next week.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye. Good night. All right, Vanessa. Hello.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. All right. Okay, Vanessa, just 2 questions and then we can finish. So the first question for you is what or how do you see yourself in the future regarding your job, your career? What do you expect from the future?
Okay, it's a question difficult because I like very much specialties. on my career, but I love science pharmaceutical. I think I want to study a master in the future at the University of British Columbia. I like it.
All right.
Because I need the English.
Yes. All right. So this, you imagine living in another country, right?
Yes, yes.
This is in Canada?
In Canada, in Canada, in Canada. Also, I like to know. I like know or live in United Kingdom.
Yes.
Because the university are good. The program in science pharmaceutical is great. Also, I like the engineering biomedical in United Kingdom also.
All right.
In the
I understand.
London.
Okay, good. And one more question. So this is more about your free time. Can you tell me about what type of TV shows or movies do you prefer? What kind of, why do you like them?
I love watching movies. I like watch movie inspired of the book, like Harry Potter from Rowling's book, or movies or movies like science, no, or the
science fiction,
or no, in the scientifics.
Okay.
For example, I think the name is Hidden Talent, or Hidden Talent is about the Black women who work at the NASA. It's interesting.
Yes, I have seen, yes, about this movie. All right. Very good. Thank you, Vanessa. That is all.
Thank you, teacher.
See you next week. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.